I'm back and I have a story to tell. Basically, I had to go to my friend's wedding and I decided to do makeup differently. I decided to do it in a way where to do like this part very like bright and glittery. Like glittery highlight like that and that, like something like that. Or my like eyelids. I wanted to do something different. It's something I've never done before. When I was at the wedding, I remember this guy was looking at me. Yeah. And he turned away. I was like, the first thing that came to mind, I was like, is the makeup that bad? Because I know I was in a rush, but was it that bad? Second time, because I was a bit conscious about my makeup, because I was doing something different. Second time, I was like getting the bridesmaids back in the car. Wedding went fine. The wedding was lovely. It was fine. I was getting all the bridesmaids back in the car and I was going to drive them off. But as I was outside the car, making sure everyone was packed up and had their things, this guy was outside the door of like the ceremony place. And I saw he was looking at me again. Oh! And then once I looked, he turned away. I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. I wanted to discuss that sometimes you're more attractive than you think you are. Maybe your mindset is the problem. I don't know if you're in your late teens, early 20s, mid-20s, but if you look at people from back in school, in your socials, the girls and the guys that you used to go to school with, they'll be liking your photos. Why? And also complimenting you or just dropping messages say you look cute. It's like, where was the energy beforehand? Where was the energy when I was going for my pretty era? Where was the energy? Because maybe you haven't just blossomed yet. Maybe you haven't found yourself and your style just yet. It all comes down to your mindset. Because if you look at Sabrina Carpenter, there was a video, I was scrolling a video I saw, and she says that some days I don't actually feel pretty. I don't actually feel pretty. And honestly, I understand that, especially when I'm stressed, I'm sick. I feel terrible. Even if I look good, I feel terrible. And even if you think I look good, I still feel terrible. So it really comes down to the mindset. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you're more attractive than you think you are. And I've got some receipts and I've got some reasons. But we all need to actually look at the definition. You need to define what good looking is. So good looking is physical attraction. So your physical features, that's good looking. Your body shape and whatnot, if you're curvy, if you're slim. If you look at the definition of attractiveness, it's defined as something, so it can be an actual thing that can make you more attractive, or someone, so you yourself, or just the thing that has the power to draw attention, interest, and admiration. Well, have you ever come across someone who's so good looking, but they have no personality? They're a bit dry. They're drier than the clothes that have been hanging outside because it's so hot. Drier than that. When you do come across those people or those things, because it can be something, you stop being interested in it. But it's good looking, it's attractive, no, it's good looking, it's beautiful, but it's too bland. So think about why that may be. You can apply that to your attractiveness and enhance your attractiveness. So here are 3 ways that you can amplify your attractiveness to become more confident, get the job you want, become the person that you want to be, or get the person that you desire. Because being attractive and how good looking you are, it changes over time. It can change based on circumstance. So you honestly have the power and the control to change your attractiveness. Okay, so I'm going to mention 5 ways that you can improve your attractiveness and not underestimate it as well. But can we break down the 3 ways to be attractive? And that is a pleasing appearance, so style, your profession. So maybe you're wearing like a suit, you can look attractive because you look serious. Or bodybuilders wear their gym clothes, you can look more attractive because of your profession, because of what you wear, your aesthetics, your makeup. I got Invisalign. My teeth look nice. They were nice before, but now they're even nicer. Second way that someone can be attractive is the tempting and beneficial aspects to them. So this can be your status. So you're in a job where you're like the leader of a team, a manager. It can up your status. It can make you more attractive. Like, oh, this person's responsible. Ooh. A CEO of a company. Or you could just have like physical attributes. So like you can have a big build. I know some girls like guys with big builds. Some girls like slim guys, toned guys. Also, whether you're extroverted or introverted, it might be more attractive to someone. So you could be introverted and that might be more attractive to someone who's introverted, or someone who's extroverted, but they want someone who's calm and grounding to them. So you see what I mean? So don't underestimate yourself. Third thing is your magnetic qualities. So your personality, your aura farming. I'll be doing a video about that, so keep subscribed. Charisma, your style, your confidence, it can be attractive. Remember, if you don't think you're attractive enough, I always say, look at where is the source of your validation? Where is the source of your validation that you aren't attractive enough? It can be because of the country you're in. I could be more attractive in Africa because there are more Africans there, so they're used to the way I look and whatnot. And it could be a religion, so it could be your aesthetics. If you're wearing a certain garment that's popular in a religion, you may be more attracted to that person because they can see, oh, you look modest, or you practice that religion, so you become more attractive. So use it to your advantage and don't underestimate your physical attributes and internal attributes. And it's all about your mindset. And also, have you heard of the term glow up? You sometimes just don't know your potential just yet. And here are the 5 ways where you can improve your attractiveness, or just the all qualities you have that makes you attractive. First thing is your style, your fashion, your aura. So I know for sure that my style, since I was in primary school, since I was in secondary school, it has changed drastically. Or when I'm like in my late 20s. No, I meant late teens, because I have more money to buy more fancy, elegant clothes, jewelry, perfume, because that I can change my style. More money to buy the shoes that I want, to buy a certain aesthetic I want. If I want a chick aesthetic, I can do that. If I want a Y2K aesthetic, I can do so. If I want a minimalistic aesthetic, I can do that because I've changed my style. And it will attract certain people, certain groups, and even a certain job if you want that, or just change your self-concept. Grooming is essential. Okay, I thought about the story before. At some point, I started shaving my face, so I use this thing to like shave my face. So I shave my eyebrows, and just this one, I can use it to like shave my face. Once I started doing that, my own mother started asking me, have I been bleaching? Like, have I been lightening my skin? I was like, no, and I kept doing it, and she kept asking, have you been doing that? I was like, no. And then one day she said it right after I did it, and I was like, oh, this is the reason why. And she said, your face is brighter and more clearer, but it's the same skin tone. It's just the baby hairs kind of makes my face darker, but it's like when you see someone before and after like an eyebrow trimming appointment, you can see the difference. And same with like getting your nails done. I don't get fake nails. I do love them, but I'm not a practical person. If I get it, I can't do things, and I'm active, so it kind of gets in the way, and also the financial aspects of it. But I make sure they're always groomed every week. I give myself a little nail clipper so I can make sure that I'm groomed all the time. If you think about a guy who has a beard, it can look nice if it's like trimmed, but it can look bad if it's not. It can make you attractive. Just think about a time when you've had like an eyebrow or hair appointment, nail appointment. It can really increase your attractiveness. Or like a guy who's got his trim done, a girl who's dyed her hair. Like when I looked at my old pictures and when I dyed my hair, and I'm like, oh, that was cute, I was hot, like I was cute, but it was breaking it. So yeah, but take that into account. Third thing is fitness. I can't deny that. How fit you are may make you seem unattractive. So this can apply to slim person. Think about it. This could be a slim person. They're slim, but they're not toned, and you can see that they're weak because they can't carry stuff. To that, it may seem unattractive to some people, but there could be a person that's slim, but they're very toned. If they're toned, yes, they seem attractive because you need to go to the gym. But then when you see them play sport and be active, you're like, oh my god, okay, you've got some energy to you. It can make you look more charming. It doesn't necessarily need to be about how much you weigh, but how active can you be. Fourth thing is maturity. So some people, once they get out of the baby face stage, they can like start maturing, and then their face can start like sculpting. I know some people when they're younger, they might not be attractive because they had a baby face, but especially for men. But when they get older, their facial structure starts maturing. They get a beard, facial hair, they start trimming it and grooming it, and then they become more attractive. They got a dad bod, bigger build, and they become more attractive because they look more mature. They've kind of grown into their body, and this can happen to women. As you get older, you can become more curvier, a bit more thicker, a bit more slimmer. As you get older, your facial features become more prominent. You may think you're not attractive now, but let's say in 5 years you could be, because you've just matured. And that may not just be your physical aspects, but also your mindset. You're mature now. You know how to save money. You have a business. You're disciplined. I've done a video about how discipline is attractive, so yes. I definitely agree with that. The thing is confidence and charisma. I always say this, when you're at a job, they want you to be not cocky, but they want you to be confident. Like, yes, I'm the best hire. I'm the best person for this job. I've done this, and that, because the experience I've had. This can go both ways. If you're someone who's like charismatic and you've got the evidence to back you up, it's easy to present yourself and sell yourself, because you essentially sell yourself at a job. You're more likely to be hired. Even if you don't have as much skills, you might be more charming. You're more likely to be hired compared to someone who's shy. They kind of put themselves out there. They don't boast. They somewhat boast. I've been in interviews and I've had to boast about what I've done, and that's helped me get the job. Okay, like, they want you to be like that. You can have evidence, because it's giving them reasons to pay you money. Okay, in this economy, they need to give you a reason. This can go both ways. You could be like less shy or introverted, and people might find this attractive. Like, some introverts might like that, some extroverts might like that. So don't be fooled. This is like a double-edged sword, to be fair. But if you are like introverted, shy, use that in a way to appeal to people. If you know it attracts people, then you can use it in a way that appeals to people. It's essentially about how you use your attractiveness. As you get older, you start to learn and start building the skill on how to become more attractive. Attractiveness can be a skill that you can learn how to use on yourself, because you know what works for you. You know what appeals to people. You have one life to live, so do not downplay yourself. Do not downplay what your mama gave you, and work with it. And don't wait for other nincompoops to decide who you are. And that was it for today. If you liked it, like, comment, and subscribe if a vibe. And I'll see you in the next. Follow me on my socials and whatnot if you want to see what I do on my day-to-day. Keep your notifications on, and see you in the next. And don't forget to sparkle, babes. Bye.